Hello, everyone. It seems that once again, not entirely surprising, but once again, Asmongold has been banned off of Twitch. It seems to have happened like many times now, I think. I can't remember how many times at this point, but we're left to wonder, what was it this time? Honestly, every time it happens, the thought is, what was it this time? We don't really have a ton of confirmation on what specifically did it, but we do have confirmation that it is in fact down. It says this channel cannot stream at this time due to a violation of Twitch's community guidelines. Something he did must have violated the guidelines. Now, last time he was banned, I believe it was for a comment regarding the third world. Something about the opinions of third worldists or third worlders and not caring. But either way, let's check in on a subreddit here. We can see the subreddit's already acknowledged it. They've already seen it. They make jokes about it, saying he's gonna return with a hair transplant with a wife and kids. Maybe. I mean, he has that Asian girlfriend, right? Maybe he's gonna wife her up in the meantime. Tomorrow. Which is so gay, you know, gay Sans celebrating. Probably smoking Dan Clancy's rod at this very moment in his diaper. Bro, I didn't need to hear that. Didn't need that imagery. 90% sure it was the N-word video he was watching. Soon as that happened, I knew this was coming. Now, I don't know about this. This is unconfirmed. I don't know what video they're talking about. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. Either way, what seems like the most likely reasoning for the ban is honestly what this person's talking about. Says he got banned for advocating for the defense of our borders with the use of deadly force. Even if the person is using a woman or child as a shield, they do it because... Okay, well, this person's giving their take. They said Asmongold with another base take. This is the moderate position. So here we have the actual take from Asmon. So let's watch it real quick. Now keep in mind, this video, the audio is a little jank. I don't know why, so bear with me.
Always, this is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people. They have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids. If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids. It's really simple. You mean you'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them. They're going to stop coming over. Because if you don't do that, they'll use children and women as shields to get themselves over. And then they'll put more women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral so they can get more of themselves over. That's the way it works. That's the way an animal thinks, and these people are animals.
True.
It's just the way it is.
It is just the way it is.
They're savages. Absolute fucking savages. Hamas tactics, yeah, terrorists. Of course you don't want to do that. Doesn't mean you want to do it. But you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man. Like, that's the way it is. People are too emotional to see that. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like, it's... You can't make decisions that way, and I understand the way that I talk about this might be a little bit extreme. It might be a little bit you know, unemotional. I wish we had more people like me. I do. I wish we had more, because we got too many pussies that are too worried about the optics of something.
Real, actually, very real. Yeah, he's not wrong about that. And so what he suggested was obviously that we protect our border, America's border, with deadly force. This is obviously with the context of the Moroccan migrants in Spain. So I can see how Twitch might have decided this was against community guidelines by saying this might be violent speech. They might argue that he is advocating violence, which by technicality he might, you know, maybe it could fit that. But let's see. Here's my take on the matter. I said he's not wrong. If we actually enforced our national border with the same seriousness that we enforce hate crimes, there would be no dead children because they wouldn't try. They'd know we'd shoot them. And that's how deterrence works. The whole point is, if they know we will shoot them, they won't do it. They won't try. They will be deterred from doing it. That's the whole point. It's not that we want to shoot children. It's not that we want violence. We're not actually advocating violence, but we need to enforce our laws. Just like a police officer enforce any other law, if you break it to an extent, At some point, deadly force is used if you keep breaking the law. So, here's what people are saying about this. We got Tectone saying, 100% Asmongold's fault. No sympathy. You should know by now that telling the truth breaks Twitch TOS. Isn't that insane? It's true, though. It seems to be the case at least. This isn't the first time Asmongold was banned for saying what was akin to the truth. It's insane. We have Powder here saying, waiting for the most common sense take to have caused this. And really, I would argue his take is basically common sense. Protect our border. Enforce the law. Why is this controversial? It shouldn't be, honestly. Rock Solid responds by saying, what is it this time? Of course, that's the same thing we had, the same question we had immediately upon seeing this. You know, what is it this time? It's not, no one's surprised of the ban. No one's surprised by the ban. But we're just wondering, okay, what was it this time? What are they gonna, claim this time? Radical Moderate says, damn, did he express his support for Islamic terrorist organizations and political violence again? Oh, wait, wrong guy. Because obviously, it's okay for some people, such as Hasan, to say things like this. It's okay for other people to advocate violence, to directly call for violence. Oddly enough, Hasan, we have proof. We've seen Hasan directly call for violence, and it was okay. Apparently, that's okay to Dan Clancy. It's okay to Twitch. No moderation actions taken on that. But you simply talk about defending the border, and that's too much. Maybe it's targeted. Maybe it's because it's Asmongold. Seems like it. Certainly seems like it. We have a joke here from Z Interloper saying, once he returns, he's going to come back with a vengeance. He's going to be He-Man. You better watch out. We have Mr. Obvious saying, bro hasn't even been streaming for days, and Twitch bans him? Kind of crazy, right? I heard he was taking a break for a little bit, right? It's a long weekend. Yeah, he's having an extended weekend now. An extended weekend. We have Gromnock saying, has been banned for being too based. Too based? Is that possible? Is such a thing possible? Apparently. Apparently something as simple as, hey, we should protect our border is too much. Too much for Twitch. Too based. Can't say it. Wish we could. And we have Gengar11 saying, interesting. Hasan made some pretty wild comments supporting child killers innumerable times. But I guess if it's not about American politics, it's super chill. Yeah, I don't know why this is, but yeah, if you're Hasan and or a Hasan Orbiter and or someone adjacent to Hasan, and you're talking about child killers, you're talking about like murdering people, you're talking about being a terrorist, you're talking about supporting Hamas or any of this, that's okay on Twitch. That's not violent speech. But if you're Asmongold and you say, hey, I think we should, I don't know, enforce the laws of the border, that's too far. I don't know why this is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. And something needs to change, honestly. But hopefully until then, Asmongold enjoys his time off. Hopefully I don't think this is really a major inconvenience for him. But this needs to be rectified. Anyway, thank you for watching.